Hi everyone, welcome back to Deep Dive Daily. Okay, today we are talking about something that sounds like it was ripped straight from a sci-fi movie. I'm talking about a mosquito factory. Yep, you heard me, a factory that makes mosquitoes.
In fact, get this. Brazil is building a factory to create and release 5 billion mosquitoes that have been infected with a special bacteria. Now, my first reaction was, is this the craziest idea ever or is it absolutely brilliant? So let's dive in together and figure it out.
And that's really the big question hanging in the air, right? We all know mosquitoes are the worst, they're annoying, the bites are awful, and they can be super dangerous. So why on earth would we want to intentionally make billions more of them? It sounds completely backwards.
To get why this wild idea actually makes sense, we have to understand just how big of a problem we're dealing with. You know, when you think of deadly animals, you probably think of sharks, or maybe lions. But sharks kill like 10 people a year. Mosquitoes, they're responsible for over 1 million deaths. That makes them, by a long shot, the deadliest animal on the entire planet.
Now, there are a ton of mosquitoes out there, something like 3,200 different species. And I know, on a summer evening, it feels like every single one of them is in your backyard with a personal vendetta against you, right? Well, the good news is, most of them couldn't care less about us. It turns out only about 200 of those species actually bite humans. But oh man, that small handful of species, the amount of damage they do is just unbelievable.
I mean, just look at this number. We're talking about almost 250 million people getting malaria every single year. And that's just malaria. We haven't even mentioned other awful diseases like dengue fever or Zika. The threat is absolutely massive.
Okay, so you have this giant, deadly, global problem. How in the world do you solve it? Well, scientists found a solution that is surprisingly tiny. So let me introduce you to the unlikely hero of our story, a bacteria called Wolbachia. And this is where things get really, really clever.
Now, before you start thinking this is some weird GMO thing created in a lab, it's not. Wolbachia is completely natural. It's already out in the world, living inside about half of all insect species on Earth. It's literally been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
So here is the magic trick. Scientists figured out that if a mosquito is carrying this Wolbachia bacteria, viruses like dengue just can't grow inside it. It's like the bacteria takes up all the room and resources, so the virus gets crowded out. It basically acts like a natural vaccine for the mosquito. And hey, if the mosquito can't carry the virus, it can't give it to us.
Okay, but how do you get this good bacteria into the whole mosquito population? This part is pure genius. Check this out. If a male mosquito with Wolbachia mates with a female who doesn't have it, their eggs just don't hatch. But, and this is the absolute game changer, if the female has Wolbachia, all of her offspring inherit it, no matter who the dad is. You can see how this would spread like wildfire, right? The good bacteria takes over in just a few generations.
So the science is cool, the theory is amazing, but does it actually work in the real world? With real people and real communities? Well, they've been testing this for years and the results are finally in, and you are going to want to see this.
One of the first huge tests happened in Indonesia, and the results were just incredible. They saw a 77% drop in dengue cases in the test areas. To put it another way, people were 4 times less likely to get sick. That is a massive win.
But wait, as amazing as that is, it gets even better. The latest, most jaw-dropping results just came out from a long-running project in Colombia, and this data is truly mind-blowing.
Just look at this. In the Abará Valley in Colombia, where they've been releasing these mosquitoes, dengue cases fell by up to 97%, hitting a 20-year low. Now here's the kicker. At the exact same time, the rest of the Americas was seeing record highs for dengue cases. This isn't just a success, you guys. It's a full-on breakthrough.
So, okay, we know it works. Like it works spectacularly well. So that leaves us with 2 huge questions. Number 1, can we take this global? And number 2, the big one, is it actually safe for us?
And I know what you're probably thinking, because it's the first thing that popped into my head. If these mosquitoes are full of bacteria and they're biting us, are we going to get infected, and is that a problem?
Well, let me put your mind at ease. According to the scientists, since Wolbachia is already in about half of all insects, you've almost certainly been bitten by an insect carrying it before. It's all around us, all the time, and there has never, ever been a link between Wolbachia and any kind of health problem in people. So, bottom line, it's completely harmless to us.
And with safety confirmed, it is all about scaling up. Which brings us right back to that wild mosquito factory in Brazil. It's being built to produce up to 100 million of these good guy mosquitoes every single week. That's the kind of scale you need to protect whole cities, and maybe one day, whole countries.
So let's just recap how amazing this whole thing is. We took the deadliest animal in the world, found a natural bacteria that basically immunizes it, figured out a brilliant way to spread that immunity to its kids, and proved it can cut disease rates by nearly 100% in the real world. It's safe, it's self-sustaining, and it's scalable. This is incredible.
And it just leaves you with this one final, really hopeful thought. After all of our technology and medicine, could the key to saving millions of human lives be a tiny common bacteria that's been all around us this whole time? All the signs are pointing to yes.
So what do you guys think about this whole idea? Is it genius? Let me know. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this, share it around, and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below with your views.